Taurus, we must be in harmony with ourselves, attuned to our infinite intelligence. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. This is a quote that I had gotten from a book called Success Habits by Napoleon Hill. And I decided that this was going to be the intro to all the signs, for all the signs, okay? Welcome to Safe Space and welcome to your reading, Taurus. Let me tell you that I have been trying to get this reading out, okay, probably even like 2 days ago. And I'm just trying to get through these readings as fast as I can. But I am being asked to slow down, and I probably shouldn't go as fast as I can. And the more that I am wanting to go faster and do more tasks, the more that I am being asked to slow down and to actually take it little by little, one by one. Let's go ahead and start off with some deep breaths, and then I will pull up an affirmation for us, you guys, and then move on to Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and then Tarot. I'm getting this feeling for our Taurians that this is a time for us to just really take it easy with the body. Perhaps maybe you're not feeling enough comfort and enough ease within yourself, okay? We have to be careful on how we are treating our body at this time. This is about equal give and take. It is about listening in to the truth that your body is trying to take you to and lead you to, okay? Perhaps your body is wanting to lead you 222 on the timestamp to more support. And what does this mean for us, for our Taurians at this time to have more support? It's getting support from you. It's getting support from your family, your friends, and more importantly, your romantic relationship. And however this situation is for you, you know, this situationships that we get into, however you want to define that in your life, romantic or not, but it's these situations that actually takes and grabs and holds onto our energy that sometimes we may not even feel comfortable in. So you may find, I'm getting that you may find yourself in situations with people who aren't actually giving you the support that you need. And then you feel like you are the ones giving more support to them when you know, in fact, your body needs the support that you need. I want to say a prayer for us before I get into this reading. This is called Prayer for Awareness. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you open our heart and open our eyes so we can enjoy all of your creations and live in eternal love with you. Help us to see you in everything we perceive with our eyes, with our ears, with our heart, with all of our senses. Let us perceive with eyes of love so that we find you wherever we go and see you in everything you create. Let us see you in every cell of our body, in every emotion of our mind, in every dream, in every flower, in every person we meet. You cannot hide from us because you are everywhere and we are one with you. Let us be aware of this truth. Let us be aware of our power to create a dream of heaven where everything is possible, and help us to use our imagination to guide the dream of our life, the magic of our creation, so we can live without fear, without anger, without jealousy, without envy. Give us a light to follow, and let today be the day that our search for love and happiness is over. Today, let something extraordinary happen that will change our life forever. Let everything we do and say be an expression of the beauty in our heart and always based on love. Help us to be the way you are, to love the way you love, to share the way you share, to create a masterpiece of love and beauty, the same way that all of your creations are masterpieces of beauty and love. And beginning today, gradually over time, help us to increase the power of our love so that we may create a masterpiece of art, our own life. Today, Creator, we give you all of our gratitude and love because you have given us life. This prayer I got off of a book, okay? It's called, I want to say Master of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, and it's in the very back of the book. If you guys want to check out that book, great book. I highly recommend that. And it's called Prayer for Awareness. Now, why did I pick that prayer? Because I feel like our body needs most of our awareness, to put more of our awareness in our body and what our body is telling us at this time. Like what I had mentioned earlier about your body is speaking to you about how much it support it needs, okay? This is about equal give and take. So for some of you, you may feel that what you are actually giving to people is what you actually need for yourself. So that's what I was saying about you having to be in different situationships, okay? And even like your relationship with your family and friends, how important the balance of that relationship is important for you and your body. How detrimental that is to your body at this time. I'm getting a lot on physical health, okay? I'm also getting money, finances situation, okay? That's happening a lot. Heavy on that. And then take heed on what your heart is what you may be healing from in your heart chakra and what your heart is telling you right now. Perhaps maybe having to follow your heart more and knowing where to go with that. Some of us may be going through an ego death. Some things that you're just having to shed an old self, your old self, old patterns, old conditionings, okay? And you may be going and noticing, oh, I just told myself that I didn't want to be a part of this anymore, or I just told myself how I don't want to get back into this pattern anymore. I don't want to get back into this toxic pattern, this toxic behavior anymore. But why is it that I feel like I keep coming back to it? Okay, take that as it resonates, Taurus. So it is very well to be more aware of who you are sharing your time with. Because this can very well take from you if they are not careful with you. And for some of you, I'm getting that not everybody is careful with you at this time. If anything, they are grabbing and taking a hold of your energy, the energy that you actually need for yourself, okay? Affirmations that I got here: I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I hope you guys can see that. This is about mindfulness and coming back to feeling more at ease and in grace. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Heavy emphasis on awareness on your body. Let's see where our energy is at, Taurus. You know what I was saying about I was going to do this reading 2 days ago? I was going to do this 2 days ago, yesterday. I was literally trying my best to do this yesterday, and I was even thinking about doing it in bed. Like, you know what, I'm just going to get through it, and being pushed to just really be easy with my body as well. And I suppose that this is why I was being asked to just really slow down. I realized that I needed the healing from myself as well. I realize that I'm going through and what feels like an ending for me. Shedding my old patterns, shedding my old behaviors, and shedding old energies that perhaps other energies from the past are holding on to. So you may have like an ex or a friend that is still, who is still really holding on to your energy, and you're having to go, no, actually, I'm gonna let that go. It does not serve me any justice or purpose any longer. And meanwhile, they're still like latching onto you. It's kind of like that. Like I'm getting that image of like them just like latching onto you, and you're over here like, I gotta go. Let me move forward. And your heart is telling you, yeah, we gotta move. But then these energies from the past are going, no, don't. Right? Like latching onto you, and you're over here like, no, I actually need to go. I need to improve myself. And these people who are latching onto you, Taurus, are like, no, I don't want to let you go. I'm getting keep me. I love this. Sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. We have the sea turtle. I love this for you guys, because this is exactly what you're trying to do, is like, I need to protect myself, but it feels like everybody keeps holding on to me, right? Heavy emphasis on your heart chakra. You may be going through some deep healing when it comes to exes, friendships, family matters, okay? This has been weighing you down and feels like it's been weighing you down, and it feels really heavy. And I think that may be the reason why it was so hard for me to get into your reading, because I'm being pushed to just sit with myself and reflect on what it is that's in my heart. And then it also made me realize, and what I'm so like appreciative about this reading is that what made me realize is that I actually had a lot in my heart that I was not tending to. And I needed to release for myself before going into this reading. So it's so amazing how like the energy took me here, making me realize and reflect on what's going on in my heart, and then relaying it to you, and relaying the message to you, and letting you know, and reminding you that there is a lot going on in the heart chakra. Sometimes when we hold on to emotions for way too long, and then we just keep putting it off, like we think, we've healed from it, we've let it go, it's cool, but the energy attached to that, it's still trapped in your body. And so what happens then when it gets trapped in your body, a lot of that is now catching up to you physically. So you're feeling pressure on your neck, you're feeling pressure on your knee, you're feeling pressure on your lower back, your upper back, right? It's catching up to you physically. Now you're looking at yourself and you're thinking, holy shit, when was the last time I actually listened to my body? A lot of those emotions can very well be trapped in our body. I have had this pressure on my left side of my body, like from my jawline all the way down to my neck, and then down here, my hip, and then my ankle. So some of you may be feeling a lot of pressure on your one side of your body, right or left, don't matter. Some of you may also be feeling a lot of pressure on your knee, okay? I'm also getting, you may be having a lot of pressure on your chest, okay? Also, you guys, like, comment on that if that is something that you are resonating, because I feel that very heavily. Your body is going through a very transformative time. You know, when you've been on the couch for way too long, like when you're depressed and you've been just sitting in the couch and you haven't even got up, like you're just sitting there like all day. You're just sitting and you haven't gotten up, you haven't really walked around or went for a walk or go for a run, like you're just sitting there and your body just starts to tense up. It's very tight. It feels very tight. I'm also getting like you're getting a lot of tightness and pressure in your heart chakra. When it comes to that, when we get into relationships with people who does not give you the support and who is not aware of you, how much more pressure you're putting on your body, right? The goal here is to be more on your pace, to be more at your own pace, to be more at peace and at ease. Less pressure, more ease. But what it feels like to you is that you're not getting any of that. Like you're not getting the ease. You're not getting to a point where you are just moving in the pace that you would like to be in and being more mindful. What's happening is that the more that you're interacting with these people around you, they aren't actually giving you the support. What's happening is that while you are in the center of all of these people, you are actually the one giving. And you keep giving. And you start to notice, well, why am I not gaining anything for me? Why am I not regaining anything for myself? Why isn't anybody reciprocating that same protection, support, and love that I give to them? Okay. Let's move on to, and I feel the need to tell you this. Bottom of the deck, I have friend. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. And this is exactly what you have been for this is exactly what you have been for the people around you. You have been that friend. Even to your family, you've been that supportive friend. But what you actually need, Taurus, is as somebody who can be a friend to you. What you actually need is someone to be a protection and a supporter of you, to you. It becomes that you have been overprotective and over supporting people. Now that I think about that, I feel like is there such thing as being over supportive? Maybe, if it means that it's costing your physical health, right? If it is an equal give and take, then it wouldn't mean so much. It means that you having to be overly supportive is a positive thing. You're just pouring out, and that's okay. But if you're just pouring out and then you're draining yourself and you're actually not getting any support from anybody around you, then that's when it becomes not okay. That's when you go in and you ask yourself that's when you go in and you reflect on yourself and you ask yourself, well, what wrong am I doing to myself? And where have we been with this? And how long have we been here? And who have we actually been sharing our emotions with, Taurus? How long have I actually been doing this? Where am I? Who am I? You know, those kinds of questions when you sit with yourself and you start reflecting. We become so busy. It's a hustle and bustle kind of, mentality. I need to get this money. I need to provide for my family. I need to provide for my kids. I need to feed my kids. I need to provide for my wife, my husband. It becomes that your mentality is like, let's go, let's hustle. We got to get this money. And your mentality is to just chase the money. right? Chase the money. That's all I care about. But what happens then, if the money is so important, but the money is actually taking the energy away from you, you aren't actually working out there efficiently. You aren't actually performing at work with efficiency. Because what you're actually doing is, while you have this mentality of hustle bustle, chasing the money is actually draining you spiritually. It is draining you mentally. It is draining you emotionally. And now it's all trapped in here. And now your body is feeling tense up. As my body feels tense up. And then so much more of that pressure you're adding to yourself than you are adding more ease to yourself. So then you come home to your kids and your family, and your wife is going, "Are you okay?" And your husband is going, "Are you okay?" And you just don't have the time for anybody. You start to put it off every single day, right? You start to just put it off. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. When in fact, what you need is to talk about it, is to express it. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So then you come into what feels more like you're just kind of having to keep it a secret. You've gotten to a point where you're just kind of like, your response to everything is, I'm fine. What we need is like, I need to find time to be more present with me so that I can be more present with my family. I looked up the word mindfulness on Google, and I want to read to you the definition of the word mindfulness. The quality of being conscious or aware of something. So let's say that you wake up 2222 on the timestamp, and the first thing that you do is, let's say the first thing you do is look at your phone. Okay, that's mostly all of us. We're looking at our phone. Already, when you wake up and you look at your phone, your mind is already cluttered. You haven't actually given yourself a time to be present with yourself, because you're already looking at your phone, and your phone has so many notifications, messages, emails, and this is already working your mind. You haven't actually given yourself some time to just breathe and be present with yourself, right? And then after that, next thing you know, you're getting ready for work. Next thing you know, you're at work. Noise everywhere, people at you everywhere. And that already, you're taking in all of that energy, and all of that is now stuck in your system. When do you actually give yourself the time to sit with yourself and ask yourself, who am I? Where am I? Where have I been with my emotions? Where have I been with my feelings? When was the last time I actually self-cared, self-soothe, stuff like that? Mindfulness is defined a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment, this place, and how getting into talking about the system, it gets me all like worked up and riled up sometimes, because I know what it feels like to be controlled, to be your mind to be controlled, your body to be controlled, and it doesn't feel pleasant. It's like, not only is our money being taken, right? It's like you work every single day, how many days a week, getting paid every 2 weeks, right? You're kind of just like, again, hustling and bustling, chasing the money. And then every 2 weeks, here you go, here's your paycheck. And then what is left for you? You've actually spent a lot of your time and energy in doing labor for the price of what? Right? So it's also actually costing you mentally and emotionally, little by little, taking your spirit away from you. So when we don't give ourselves the time to be mindful, it's like we've become so unconscious of ourselves. We don't even know how to look at ourselves anymore. We don't even know where we are with our physicality, where we are physically, where we are mentally. You start to become so angry and rage. And when Taurians get mad and frustrated, it's like we have a tendency to project, anger just keeps rising, and then you now are noticing that you're projecting your anger and your pain onto other people. And you may not even be doing this intentionally. Of course, why would you be doing it intentionally? But when you become unconscious about it, you start to just project your pain onto other people. And that becomes very ugly. And it's something that you cannot take back. So now you feel shamed for what you did. Now you feel regretful for what you just did. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that to somebody. Now you just added more problem to yourself, right? Heavy emphasis again on some of us are going through an ego death, okay? You're shedding a lot. Shedding and getting familiar with the new. So perhaps for some of us Taurians, you're seeing the new and you're like, I don't know. I don't know. So what we actually need to do is to be more in acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So as soon as you step into this self-acceptance, how everything feels more profound, alive, like you feel light. It is like surrendering. Let go and let God. We don't have to carry everything all the time. We've got to set the pride and the ego aside, if you will. Our image is not everything. We have to remember that we are also spiritual beings and not just flesh. So you may think that if you're not doing enough and you're not making the money, that's all there is, right? I love myself and I see myself in everyone. This is where self-care comes in. Shadow work is also an act of self-care. Letting go of the ego, letting go of the unhealthy ego, unhealthy pride. And your ego very well does get in the way of it, right? Because for our Taurians, you're ruled by the planet Venus, and that governs love, beauty, and money. I'm getting like everything just has to be in order and in the way that you had imagined it and planned it in your mind. But perhaps there comes a time, seasons where there will be delays, setbacks. Things aren't going to go in the direction and the order that you want it sometimes. I know what that feels like. I'm a Virgo and I like everything I like to control my steps and the order that I want it, right? So this could be a time, a season for our Taurians to just really sit with our heart, our body, be in acceptance, I'm getting some of you feel like you want to cry because it just feels really heavy. And perhaps that's exactly what we need to do because we've been carrying so much. We need to be in acceptance, okay? And then we got to let go of the pride and the ego. And then we have to get to a point where whatever it is that we are feeling, we have to get to the bottom of the truth of what it is that we're feeling, to not put it off, okay? To not put it off, to just be really truthful with ourselves, you know? And that can be very hard, especially when your ego is the one controlling everything. We got to face fear with confidence. What's actually coming through for you is even bigger. But to get to the other side, I'm getting like you have to let go of the fear. I'm getting also like it's the fear of knowing everything, of not knowing everything. You feel like your mind is racing and you have to know everything. I'm getting that. I'm getting that we have to understand that we don't have to know everything. And not knowing everything does not make you stupid. It does not make you dumb. I'm getting that you're only really doing harm to yourself when you feel the need to have to know everything all the time. Because it's like our mind can only take up like 10%. Our mind can only take up so much information, like 10%. So when you wake up first thing in the morning and you're looking at your phone, you're on social media, you're overstimulating your brain, right? It's kind of like you wake up, first thing you do is be on your phone. And then while you're brushing your teeth, you're on your phone. And then while you're eating breakfast, you're on your phone. So it's like you're not giving yourself the time to be more mindful of what you're doing with yourself. I have the 4 of Cups. I'm hearing, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And the Ace of Swords. I really feel like this has a lot to do with having to sit with yourself and to be more mindful. I'm also getting to meditate, to get yourself in a meditative state. Like you don't have to sit and, you know, when we think of meditation, automatically we think of like, oh, we need to sit and be quiet and let, you know, our mind go. Like it can also be that you could be doing a hobby, a very tedious task, and you're just in the present moment and you're, you know, working with your hands or something about the hands. Okay, I'm gonna pull up another card here. That when you come into an agreement with your mind, Ace of Swords, when you come into an agreement and a place where you can quiet the mind, oh, how much of all of these ideas will come through and give you a fresh new start is what I'm getting here, because I feel like you're just not satisfied with where you are for some of you. Okay. You need to go on an adventure, 3 of Wands. Taking more actions, putting more work on what you are passionate about, taking action on what you are more passionate about than just having to sit and wait is what I'm getting. Like engage more in activities where you're able to use mindfulness or focus. I don't know why, but I'm getting like fencing. Fencing could be an activity that can help. Fencing. Some of you may fence. Some of you participate in that. When we start to care more for the body and release all of the tension, you will come back and feel more on track with what you are more passionate about, and then continue on with that energy is what I'm getting. Okay. I think I have all of the notes here. I think I've already covered all of them. Again, heavy emphasis on equal give and take here, okay? Some significance also. Massages are very important right now for you guys. Getting a massage, getting a deep tissue massage. Look into reflexology. This, in terms of psychology, the scientific study of reflex action as it affects your behavior. So remember what I was saying about how like your emotions can get trapped in your system, in your body, that your body starts to tense up, your body starts to like becomes more, feels more tight when you should feel more light, right? Less pressure, more at ease. That's the goal. Let me pull up some numbers here before I wrap this up. Taurus, I hope that this reading brought some light, insight, energy, and even more energy for you guys at this time. I feel like it's been a very challenging time for our collective, okay? The discipline that comes with in this season, I have the 4. Number 4, this is coming back to being more, gaining more stability in your life, balance, okay? If you guys would like a personal reading, I have all of that information down in the description box below. You guys can email me and I will get back to you. I really appreciate all the comments, the likes. Okay, you guys. I know you have been commenting and stuff like that, and let me tell you, I know I don't respond right away, but I can assure you that I read all of them, and I like to take my time and taking it all in and all the comments in, so I really appreciate that. I have the Queen. Coming back to tapping into your feminine energy, coming back to being more in your feminine energy. Whew. So I'm getting like when we're too much in our masculine, how much we like tense up the body, right? So, okay. Like when you're more in your feminine, you're like more soft and gentle. And I think that's what the body needs. Number 3. You guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope that this helped a lot. Sending you guys so much love and support and support and support. I will see you guys in the next Taurus. I love you guys so much. Bye.